How's it going, guys? This is Steven, and I'm back with another lyrical analysis. This time I'll be analyzing the song Let's Move It by Jolin Tsai. And this song comes from Jolin's album Agent J. And this song for me, it's a personal favorite of mine. Like for some reason I really gravitate toward this song. And I like it. It has a nice beat to it and little like cool vocals and things like that. So I thought, hey, why not do a lyrical analysis about this song? So with that being said, here we go. And I got these lyrics from jolingeneration.canalblog.com, and that's Jolin Generation, all one word, and generation is spelled with a J instead of a G. So it's Jolin Generation with a J .canalblog, and that's KANAL blog.com. So thanks a lot. A great fan page for Jolin Tsai. All right, here we go with this lyrical analysis. Ha. I'm gravity. All right, so, well, in the beginning, there are some lyrics that are not included with this, and it's basically like it sounds like a dude, and it sounds like, he's saying like, jump, jump, ooh, jump, jump, ooh, jump, jump, ooh, jump, jump, ooh, and then Jolin starts with the lyrics, singing her lyrics. So she's like, ha, I'm gravity. Oh yeah, you drop like the apple. Ha, no matter your weight. Oh yeah, you'll be attracted by me, babe. So here she is comparing herself to gravity and saying basically you cannot resist me. You know how, basically it's like, what comes up must come down. Like we are all bound by gravity. So she is saying basically that, you can't resist her because, gravity, you can't not be bound by the laws of physics and gravity and stuff. So basically she's just saying she is irresistible. And Jolin Tsai, she does have a bit of a, je ne sais quoi about her. So I understand where she's coming from with that. Wanna fly on the roofs? Don't bang into a wall. Alright, so it sounds like they want to take a flight, and I guess they're going to be like jumping on roofs, like people's, the roofs of people's homes or something like that. There may be businesses. And she's telling homeboy here, don't bang into a wall. Let's see. Wanna be with me? You need friction. So, Jolin Tsai likes some friction. In what context, I'm not sure. But, you guys fill in the blank. You need friction, imagination, action. Quickly give your best shot. Okay, so this sounds like, these lyrics can be interpreted a couple of ways here, And it sounds like, Jolin Tsai might be, she could be referring to some, triple X intercourse type of stuff. She wants some friction, use your imagination. So she wants some friction. So she, wants to have, some friction between them, I guess. It makes it better for the motion for her. And she wants some imagination. So, homeboy probably has to like do some role playing or something. And she wants action, of course, because, what's intercourse without the action part? And then she's telling homeboy to quickly give his best shot. And I didn't know that Jolin Tsai wanted it quickly. But then again, she's a busy woman, so she's probably just like, hurry up and get this over with. And, basically, quick, fast, efficient, straight to the point with Jolin. And, just the whole best shot thing. You guys are smart enough to get that. All right. Next lyrics. One, two, three. Newton's first law. Curiosity moved the heart into action. Okay, so she throwing in Sir Isaac Newton up in this song. Uh-oh. I didn't know Jolin actually remembered, stuff from science class. Who remembers that stuff? Shoot. Next lyrics. One, two, three. Newton's second law. Love is the inertial rapport. Okay. I had to kind of like use some hooked on phonics there for a second. So basically, she is citing love as being the inertial rapport. So let's see here. 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to define the word inertia because inertial comes from that word. So an inertial rapport. So basically, inertia is like a property of matter by which it remains at rest or in uniform motion in the same straight line unless acted upon by some external force. Also, they define this as an analogous property of other physical quantities, such as electricity. Okay. So basically, from what I remember from like science class back in like high school and middle school, was that, like object in motion stays in motion, an object at rest stays at rest, unless it's acted on by some type of a force. So she is saying that love is sort of like that. Love is the inertial rapport. So, like, love can either stay at rest or be in motion, or, based on an action, some type of a force that acts upon it. So that's the best I can do for you guys at this specific moment. But hey, feel free to let me know you guys, your opinions and interpretations. All right, back to the lyrics. 1, 2, 3. Newton's third law. If you push me, I'll push you. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that is. If that's some type of a, innuendo, or is it just literally like, basically like, if you do something for me, I'll do something for you. Who knows? If there's Newton's law of love, attraction will be more beautiful. Let's move it. All right, so it sounds like, Jolin, she's trying to teach us something about Newton's, laws of gravity and, laws of physics up in here and stuff like that. So you get a checkpoint for being educational up in the song, Jolin Tsai. You don't get that too often these days. I tell you that. It's all about twerk, 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 work, 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 twerk, twerk, twerk. Hey, twerk, twerk, twerk it out. Work, work, work it out. But Jolin, she's all like quoting Newton's laws, gravity and stuff. Like, she, like, love is the inertial rapport. Curiosity moved the heart into action. So good for you, Jolin. You are not just a pretty face. You know some things too. You're a smart one, Jolin. A pretty one and a smart one. All right, let's go on to the next lyrics now. All right, here we go. I'm the apple. So Jolin is the apple. You're the skin. Okay, so this dude is the skin. So she's the apple, and he's like totally just wrapped up and wrapping her up. We dropped into love together. Dropped onto Newton's head. Okay. So she is, taking us back to this moment when that apple dropped on Sir Isaac Newton's head. And I didn't know that Jolin Tsai was that old, This happened centuries ago, like centuries and centuries ago. So I didn't know that Jolin Tsai was like an ageless vampiress. I didn't know that. But you learn something new every day. I tell you that. Next thing you know, she'll be making a um, cameo in some Twilight movie or something. Well, I guess that's done and over with. But they'll make another one to add her in it. All right, next lyrics. Luckily, he's not a bull, and that's the animal bull, B-U-L-L. So Jolin is saying like, luckily, lucky for us, he's not a bull. Let's see. The principles of Mr. Newton, let Jolin tell you on his behalf. So she's going to be speaking for Sir Issac Newton because he is not a vampire and he is, long deceased, unfortunately. I wonder if, any of his family, I guess I'm pretty sure he has. I wonder if he has some type of a living direct descendant, right now. If he does, shout out to them, whoever they may be. But that would be pretty cool to be a direct descendant of Sir Issac Newton. All right. So anyway, all right. Let Jolin tell you on his behalf. So she's referring to herself in the third person here. It's a little odd, But let's see what she's talking here. Some mutual understanding, a bit of chemistry, and a bit of thick skin. And that's all, And then it goes into the chorus again. So it's like 1, 2, 3. Newton's first law. Curiosity moved the heart into action. 1, 2, 3. Newton's second law. Love is the inertial rapport. 1, 2, 3. Newton's third law. If you push me, I'll push you. If there's Newton's law of love, attraction will be more beautiful. And those are all the lyrics to this song. And I will say that, Jolin Tsai, she doesn't really impress me much as a vocalist. However, she did have some kind of good ad-libs on this song. For Jolin, it's pretty good. She was doing like some falsettos, like, ooh, toward the end of the song. Ooh, ooh, yay. Like, like right now, my voice isn't up to actually do those falsettos, so I have to kind of like, fudge it and fake it a little bit. But, so Jolin, she's kind of like, ooh, best I can do right now. But, yeah, so I'm like, okay, Jolin, she's kind of doing a little falsettos here. So I'm kind of like, all right, it's a little different for Jolin. Kind of doing some vocals that I'm not used to hearing from Jolin Tsai. So checkpoint there as well. And the music video for this song, it doesn't really incorporate any of the lyrics into the music video. I don't see anything about rooftops or apples falling from trees or Sir Issac Newton. None of that. It's just Jolin Tsai, her backup dancers dancing behind a green screen and sitting on top of an L. And that's pretty much it. Nothing spectacular, nothing out of the ordinary. Just this music video kind of generic. A bit generic. But I'll give her points for the song. However, I think maybe this song might not have been a single, but rather maybe a promotional song for her album. So maybe that's why she's a bit lax when it comes to this music video, since it wasn't going to really promote, like it wasn't really used as like a single, it was just used as like promotional material for the album, to help sell the album. Like, okay, we have music videos for this song, this song, this song, this song, and let's move it, So maybe that's why she didn't really seem to take as much time with this song when it comes to the music video. Before this lyrical analysis, I thought this song was like more like a workout song. Like, like, let's move it. Put your arms up into a fist and then you pump them like this. Da, 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 da. And then you move it like this. Let's move it. Da, da. Do. Da, da, da. Ooh, let's move it. So I thought it was more like a something along that, something like that, But I was like, oh, okay. This is a love song, and it's like basically she's telling her, um, her boyfriend, let's move it, kind of like get into action, you know, because an object at rest stays at rest, but an object in motion stays in motion, unless acted on by some force, you know. So Jolin Tsai, she be learning me with her songs, learning me good, I'm like, whoa, I didn't know this before listening to your song, Jolin. So good job. Um, but yeah, seriously though, I was like, okay, I remember this stuff. I do remember, the whole Sir Isaac Newton thing and the Apple and the gravity and stuff like that. And plus that's pretty much common knowledge anyway. And and I do remember the word inertia. However, I did have to look up the definition, because I'm like, I'm not sure. I think basically it might have something to do with friction as well, you know. But I think that's pretty much all I have to say, I think I've pretty much said, my, you know, said my piece and said my 2 cents about this song. I like the song. I like the lyrics to the song. The music video, but I didn't know that the song was about what it was about. So I think that's pretty cool. So checkpoint for you, Jolin. You win this round. But that's all I have to say for now. Thanks a lot for watching. Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to give me a thumbs up. The feedback and the support is always appreciated. And until the next video analysis, well, until the next lyrical analysis. But I do analyze videos as well, but that's another story. But anywho, thanks a lot. Adios and goodbye for now.